Hey guys, it's me, Rena from Snowworks Crochet, and I want to talk about my crochet goals for 2025. It is a new year. I don't know if you've noticed, but I am back in Pittsburgh, in my craft room, which is a hot mess right now. And I kind of wanted to do like a chat of, my plans for 2025. So I'm gonna drink some water. Let's get started. I have my goals written out on my laptop, so I'm gonna read this because I'm not very good at scripting. The first thing I want to do in 2025 is release a pattern. I have a couple of ideas drafted out in my head, but I need to actually do them and write it down and make it pretty and all that. I've been looking at other people's patterns just to kind of figure out how other people format all their patterns, because I'm gonna be honest, because I've never written one before, I'm like, how do I do this? I know some people use Canva, some people use Google Docs, some people use Google Slides. For me at least, it's a little bit daunting making material like that. That is something I plan to do this year. The next thing I want to get done in 2025 is add other items to my Etsy shop. So right now, I have an Etsy shop. I don't really advertise it that much because I haven't really figured out what I wanted to do. I have 2 items on my Etsy shop. I have velvet scrunchies and bandanas. I have bandanas available in 5 different colors and scrunchies available in, I think, 8 different colors. You can check it out if you want. The scrunchie is like a pick any color you want, whereas the bandanas is just, pick a set of 5. I think I might actually want to redo my scrunchie listing to where instead of having it be a set of 2, I just have it be 1 scrunchie instead. So I think I'll actually, as I'm speaking, I will plan to edit the listing now after I film this video. Outside of that, I was actually thinking of wanting to add some other items to my Etsy shop, but the problem is there's a difference between items you make versus items you sell, and you want to make sure that the items you sell are 1, things that other people want, and 2, things that you like to make. For example, I know beanies sell. However, I hate making beanies. So I will never crochet a beanie for the sake of selling it. Kind of goes with bucket hats too, unless if I really plan ahead, because it just takes me so long to make. For example, another one would be blankets. Blankets take so long to make for me that I would never consider selling it for even a fair price. And frankly, I feel like a lot of crochet items I would make, I probably wouldn't price it in a way that pays me for every single hour anyway, just because this is kind of a side hobby for me, but I also want to be compensated for my time, but I also don't want to be ridiculous. It's a whole thing. Setting that aside, I do want to add another listing. I just don't know what that is. I am considering coasters, but I haven't found a coaster pattern that I love making, because if you're going to sell something, you have to make a lot of them, and I just haven't figured that out yet. Let me give you an example of what I mean. I considered making, those cute retro flower coasters. I thought they were so cute. So this is the pattern I saw, and once I made this, I hated it. I made one, I'm not making another one. And considering I want to make sets, no. However, I saw this pattern and thought, you know what? I think I will make that. I made it. I like this a lot more. So I'm really glad I found this pattern, because if I didn't, that would kill my dreams. Another thing that I'm considering making are bookmarks, but I haven't exactly determined what kind of bookmark. I actually considered doing one of those Eras Tour bookmark collections, but the issue is that the Eras Tour is done. So I'm 2 years too late for this trend. Yeah, I could create and design Eras Tour bookmarks, but I mean, by the time it'd be out, it's done. I do have an idea for an ACOTAR themed bookmark. So I'm shocked that the ACOTAR trend has not died down. More and more people are reading it. My coworkers are reading it, which is low-key horrifying me, but also not surprising. I have not read it, but I know everything that goes on anyway. So there's that. I actually recently bought some crochet lace, and I think, for example, with my Eras Tour bookmark idea, if I added a pink border and pink ribbon, this could make a beautiful Eras Tour bookmark for Lover, because I know Lover is pink, but there's like hints of like this pastel-y blue on the album cover as well. That's absolutely stunning. I'm just rambling here. I'm yapping, but you know, the general TLDR is that I want to add more items onto my Etsy shop. Next thing is that I want to do a craft fair. I genuinely want to do a craft fair, and I actually have a lot of backstock of things I could sell at a craft, mainly because I think the things that I make are not necessarily things that sell well online, but they are things that sell well at craft fairs. So I have quite a few crochet items on hand that I could just sell. The reason I want to do a craft fair is because I have my group of friends in Pittsburgh that we're all pretty crafty. I have a friend who likes to sew, a friend who likes to draw, I crochet, and then another girl, she is interested in doing like stamping and wool felting. She's really good at wool felting. So we were all thinking that we would basically, instead of one of us doing the craft fair, all of us, pay, split the cost of the craft fair booth, and then just have a shared craft booth. That's the idea we were thinking of. We just have to find a show, but we're going to do it. And then my fourth goal that's related to crochet and stuff is to get monetized on YouTube. In my opinion, that's probably the biggest stretch goal. Because getting monetized on YouTube is very difficult unless if you go super viral. As I am speaking, I have about 150 subscribers, which is still very little. There's still 150 of you here, which is nice. I don't necessarily think the goal is to actually get monetized. I think the goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers, which is the minimum you need to get monetized. You need 1,000 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours on your YouTube channel to be considered for monetization. I am obviously nowhere near that. To get monetized would be the biggest stretch goal. I do not expect that to happen, but if it happens, it happens. Those are my 2025 crochet goals. Now, so I have like overarching goals, and then I have projects I would like to do in 2025. The first one is a temperature blanket. You probably might have seen my temperature blanket planning video, but I am hoping to maintain doing the temperature blanket throughout 2025. Another thing I want to do in 2025 is crochet a sweater out of bougie yarn. I haven't figured out what pattern yet or what yarn to use, but that is the next milestone, is to find a bougie yarn sweater. Third thing I want to crochet would be a dress. I want to make a lace dress. And then the fourth thing that's, okay, in my opinion, I'm not as passionate about, but I have a feeling I might actually do it anyway, is to crochet a ton of flowers. So my friend is getting married this year, and I think when I saw her last year in around March, I suggested, hey, when you do eventually get married, instead of getting flowers, what about crochet flowers? And she seemed to like that idea. And now that she's officially getting married at some point this year, I have a feeling, because it is my idea, I should probably help her make those crochet flowers. I did ask if she needed any help or if she's picked out the flowers. She hasn't picked it out yet, but she still is interested in the idea. So I have a feeling that this year I will also be making some crochet flowers. With that, I think that wraps up some of my 2025 goals. I will now pose the question to you guys. Do you have any 2025 crochet goals? If you do, what are they? Are they similar, different? Let me know down in the comments below. With that, I will conclude this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!